Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and the 3-0 Philadelphia Eagles will take on Baker Mayfield, Emeka Egbuka, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's start with Baker Mayfield because last week he did exactly what he did the week before, a game-winning drive, putting his team on his back with a little bit of help with Emeka, a couple of incredible catches in that game. Is this guy even still a rookie after week 3? Can we still call him a rookie after some of these catches that he's made for the Eagles? Get ready to be prepared for seeing some high-level play from this young wide receiver out of Ohio State, Emeka Egbuka. But Baker Mayfield, give him his flowers, tip your cap, whatever you want to do. This guy is playing the quarterback position at an incredible level. Tampa Bay has their guy of the future. It's so clear and obvious with the divisional wins the past couple of seasons. This team just operates so clean with him. They are able to threaten every single blade of grass on the field, not just because of Baker, but because of what they can do in the run game because of Bucky Irving. Now, did he run the ball that well against the New York Jets? No, the Jets have a very good front seven. They were able to limit him, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a banged-up offensive line. More on that later as far as breaking down this matchup and why that is tough against that Philadelphia Eagles front seven, which I believe is the best in the National Football League. But Baker, with the weapons that they have in Evans and Egbuka, once they get Chris Godwin back, you can just imagine what this offense is going to look like when they are full speed. We saw Sterling Shepard, the former New York Giant. He had some nice catches, 80 yards in that game. But with that adversity, the block kick, you're trying to put the game away, and they go to the house, and Baker's like, all right, shrug my shoulders. Just get my hands ready for this. Let's go down the field and go win the game. No sweat whatsoever against the New York Jets. That is good stuff. How about Jalen Hurts now? I bet Eagles fans are, can you say the good stuff about us? You're getting me excited. It's right here. Down 19. He just had a strip sack on him. Jared Verse blows him up. The Rams go up by 19. What do? They decide to attack. They're like, oh yeah, we have maybe the best wide receiver duo in the NFL with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith. Let's use those guys. They attack, they throw the football down the field, and they go right through that Los Angeles Ram defense. Next drive, they get a stop on Los Angeles. They get the ball back, go right down the field again, and suddenly this is a 5-point football game. The Rams driving on them. They get the blocked kick. Unbelievable. It's a 5-point game. The ball is pinned deep back in their territory. There's an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. And what do? They go the length of the field, converting on a 4th and goal inside the 5. Jalen Hurts and Devonta Smith, defender not even close, take the lead. No good at the 2-point conversion. What happens next? Stafford with a couple of nice completions. The Rams in position, 44-yard field goal, and Jordan Davis certainly looks like the losing of the 25 pounds helped. He blocks that kick again, takes it to the hizzle, and the Eagles hold on. I know that was a very large exhale, maybe even just as big as the NFC divisional round game against the Rams in the playoffs last year. The only remotely competitive they had in the NFL playoffs en route to that Super Bowl victory. But this is a team that doesn't lose games. It's so hard to beat them. They just have a confidence in themselves, the defense that if they give up some yards, they can put it together at the right times. They can get the stops when they need to. And as an offense, they can go to the right adjustments, that they can come out, and even if they had 4 sacks given up or 7 tackles for loss, or even if the Rams, like they did, was take away Saquon Barkley, who had one of the worst games you'll see from him, 18 carries for only 46 yards on the day, you have to be able to take away something else. They had A.J. Brown taken away in the first half, more so because the Eagles just didn't want to be aggressive for whatever reason, throw the ball down the field. Hurts didn't have a bunch of time. That's what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will have to do. It's like you decide, all right, do we take away A.J. Brown versus Devonta Smith, maybe the best slot wide receiver capabilities? He's not just a slot wide receiver. Oh, we're going to stack the box and take away Saquon Barkley. Not only does that not always work because he can break it for a 70-yard touchdown, but it's the guys I just mentioned. When you have those two pieces, I talk about this all of the time. Two outside weapons, because you can cover one guy, you can take that away. But when you have another great player, a Heisman Trophy winner in Devonta Smith, national champion, now Super Bowl champion, and then you also, if they take both those guys away, you have the run game behind that, or you have Jalen Hurts' legs, and you have the tush push, which they were talking about on the broadcast. It's really like it's only 1st and 8.5, 1st and 9 yards every single time that you touch the football. That is what the Philadelphia Eagles fans are watching every single week. Tampa Bay, this game's in your building, 3-0. They're 3-0. A chance to show the Philadelphia Eagles that you can go toe-to-toe with them from a physicality standpoint. I do not think that they will be able to do it because of that guy that blocked that kick. And the other one, on the earlier one, Jalen Carter, these two guys formed the best pair of interior defenders in the NFL. There's Jahad Campbell, there's Nolan Smith. This defensive line is so good. Zach Bond with the interception on the first drive of the game. He was in on about 6 or 7 other plays flying around. He's already an all-pro linebacker. Just give it to him right now. Zach Bond, Fred Warner, just let these guys have their way. Like it's already written. You can see it. They're so talented. Not like the guy for Tampa Bay, Levante David, in the middle. That defense isn't good in his own right. He's been doing it at such a crazy high level for a long time. He had a sack, I want to say 12 tackles in that game against the Jets. He's been a monster for years, and for him to be doing it at this level, he is 35 years old, turns 36 in January. Like, that's unbelievable. So the defensive play, specifically on the defensive side of the ball, is unreal. But like I was talking about in the trenches, from the Buccaneers standpoint, going up against that defense, it's a tough ask for the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a team very similarly calibrated to what the Rams have, right? With Mike Evans, he can figure into that role of what Devontae Adams does. Puka Nacua, he is very similar to Emeka Egbuka. Both these guys are about 6'1", 6'2", 205 pounds. They do everything right. They block, they run. Frankly, that's actually who Emeka Egbuka reminds me a lot of, is Puka Nacua. And you watch that run for the Bucs. Okay, Jeremiah Smith, all the talk about him, sure, he'll be maybe the best player on the outside in the NFL in a couple of years. But Egbuka, overshadowed, doesn't even matter to him. He does all of the little things. This kid, man, he just gets you so excited to talk about players that aren't just great on the field, but also good young men that it just seems like they would help your grandmother across the street with their groceries type of thing. That if they're sort of struggling with the bags and they saw that they would get off their phone, put it in their pocket, and just go help them out. That's just the type of guy that he sort of seems like. But in the sense of football now, this guy can go. And the Philadelphia Eagles, they have some darn players. And Cooper DeJean, he'll have the tough ask at some point, probably covering him. The Tampa Bay Bucs also have a pretty good a way to get the football to their running back, Bucky Irving. Like, this kid can run. Second-year guy. The Philadelphia Eagles, Zach Bond probably will have the responsibility of bringing him down a couple of times. We saw him and his explosiveness against the Houston Texans. This offense is dangerous. I look at his abilities. They're not so different from what Kyren Williams has. But why do I think that the Philadelphia Eagles will beat Tampa Bay? There's a lot of injuries for Tampa Bay. The offensive line is a little bit makeshift currently. In Philadelphia, and the way that they responded, they just feel like they can win football games in 1,000 different ways. Ugly, clean, pretty, beautiful. Backyard brawl, punches in the face to the gut, that they'll just come back out of that tunnel with a certain edge to them. That offense, I don't know if there's enough guys in that secondary right now. I love Jamel Dean. I love Antoine Winfield for Tampa Bay. But going up against A.J. Brown now, and the Philadelphia Eagles actually have some of the gumption to get him his targets when he's one-on-one, and clearly has a size, a physicality advantage over the guy that's on him, and just take those shots, those one-on-ones. And then when that's not there, Devonta Smith, I love that Philadelphia Eagle offense. I love Tampa Bay. But in this specific matchup, as of right now, I've got the Philadelphia Eagles. That's not a knock on Tampa Bay. That team is playing at a high level, maybe the second best team in the NFC right now. The Rams are pretty good. Detroit looked pretty good after that Baltimore win. Still can't write off the Green Bay Packers. Tampa Bay, this thing is going in the right direction. All of that young talent littered throughout the roster. They are very close. I'm not saying at all that they don't have a chance in this one, especially at home. The cannon's going off. People down there getting excited and fired up for this. This is a team that's not afraid of the Philadelphia Eagles. That wild card win against them, that they have a history now of beating Philadelphia, that they're not afraid of Jalen Hurts. They have something figured out, that Todd Bowles always has something up his sleeve for Jalen. So how do they attack him? What would be my game plan for Philadelphia? I got to tell you, it starts with the run. Make them be in 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8. Find a way to make Jalen Hurts have to create, because then you have a chance. If you're trying to go out there and you have 6 guys or even 7 in the box instead of 8, and you're letting them know your message, and you're just leaving one-on-ones for A.J. Brown or Smith, that is a recipe for disaster, because proven how good that Rams secondary looked in the second half, it looked completely different. Teams throw the ball very often to open up the run game. That's what Philadelphia can do. Once they get A.J. Brown over the top in the secondary, the corners stop to back off. The linebackers, they have to get their depth. They respect the play fake a little bit more because they know that that thing can be pulled out behind them. And now that they're in trouble and they're out of position, not getting to their drops, what does that do? Saquon Barkley is getting contacted 4 yards or 3 yards after the line of scrimmage, or he's getting contacted 2 yards, 1 yard, or at the line of scrimmage instead of behind it, which is what we saw against the Los Angeles Rams throughout that game. But overall, I have faith that Philadelphia will be able to pull this one out, and I'm ready. This might be the game of the weekend. We've also got Baltimore, Kansas City, a ton of great matchups. Fired up for this. I have the Eagles winning this game 27-23. Let me know down below who you have winning this game. Who do you think pulls it out? Does Tampa Bay have what it takes? The explosive plays. Can they hold Saquon Barkley? They've got a Vita Vea, and you don't. That's why we're going to win this game. Or is Philadelphia just too much for him? Thank you for watching this Blitz with Blender video. I make NFL and college football content every single day, so I appreciate you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and come back for more videos. We're trying to improve, get better, deliver the content that you want to see, that you enjoy. So let me know down below how I can do that more so that you come back and enjoy some more football content. I appreciate you much, and I will see you next time.
Best player in college football.
That Georgia and Ohio State game, New Year's Eve, is going to be a classic.
Josh Blender, hi everybody, I'm Josh Blender.
To the 40, 35, 30, Espinosa to the 20.